Hey there, treasure hunters and penny pinchers. Have you ever emptied your pocket change and thought, what if this penny is worth a fortune? Well, buckle up because today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1951 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Spoiler alert, it could be worth up to $1.6 million. That's right, one little penny could be your ticket to an early retirement, or at least a really nice vacation. I'll break down everything you need to know about this shiny, or not so shiny, gem, from its history to what makes it so valuable. Plus, I'll share a personal story about a penny hunt that might just inspire you to dig through your couch cushions tonight. So grab a cup of coffee, tea, or whatever keeps you alert because you're about to become a coin expert. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at pennies the same way again. Body alright, let's start with a little backstory. The 1951 Lincoln penny was part of the iconic wheat penny series, minted from 1909 to 1958. If you've ever flipped a penny and noticed two wheat stalks on the back, congratulations. You've held a piece of American history. Now, here's the kicker, the 1951 penny without a mint mark wasn't minted in a secret underground lair or anything like that. It simply means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't bother stamping a mint mark on its coins back then. Why? Maybe they thought, people will figure it out. What makes this particular penny worth $1.6 million? Two words, rarity and condition. The rarer the coin, and the better its condition, the higher its value. This penny, in pristine condition, is like the unicorn of pennies. It's the Beyoncé of loose change, rare, flawless, and in high demand. Now, let me sprinkle in a little humor. Imagine this, you're at the gas station, counting pennies to pay for your snack, and someone says, you're holding $1.6 million. You'd probably laugh, cry, and run home clutching that penny like it's your newborn child. But jokes aside, finding a penny like this isn't pure luck. You've got to know what to look for. Here are some tips. Check the date. If it says 1951 and has no mint mark, you're off to a great start. Examine the coin's condition. If it looks like it just rolled out of the mint, you're golden. Literally, look for unique features or errors. Sometimes, a little quirk, like a double die or off-center strike, can send the value soaring. Here's a quick story to keep things interesting. A few years ago, I was helping a friend clean out their attic. We stumbled across an old jar of coins, dusty, forgotten, and honestly kind of gross. But as we sifted through it, I spotted a 1951 penny. My heart skipped a beat. Could this be the one? Long story short, it wasn't worth $1.6 million, but it was still valued at $50. Not bad for something that was practically trash. So, here's your takeaway, you never know what treasures might be hiding in plain sight. Now, if you're wondering where to sell a rare penny, I've got you covered. Online marketplaces like eBay or heritage auctions are great for reaching collectors. Coin shows are another fantastic option. You can meet experts and even get your coin appraised on the spot. Local coin shops might offer you a deal, but be sure to do your research to avoid getting lowballed. Conclusion. Alright, folks, we've covered a lot of ground today. We talked about the history of the 1951 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, why it's worth a whopping $1.6 million, and how you can spot one in your own collection. Plus, we had a little fun along the way because, let's face it, learning about coins should never be boring. So, what's next? Go dig through those jars of coins, raid your piggy banks, and don't forget to ask Grandma if she has any old pennies lying around. Who knows? You might just strike it rich. Before you go, here's the deal. If you found this video helpful, or at least mildly entertaining, do me a favor. Hit that like button, share this video with your coin-curious friends, and subscribe to the channel for more tips on coins worth money and strategies for finding them. Trust me, we've got plenty more where this came from. Hey there, treasure hunters. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered, could this penny be worth a fortune? Well, let me tell you, it's totally possible. Today, we're diving into the story of the 1964 Lincoln penny, a coin that could turn your couch cushion fortune into a whopping $1.2 million payday. Yup, you heard that right, a penny worth $1.2 million. So, grab your magnifying glasses, dust off that coin jar, and let's get to it. Alright, let's talk about this little copper superstar, the 1964 D. Lincoln penny. First off, the D mint mark stands for the Denver Mint, where this particular coin was made. It's like a little signature, letting you know where it came from. Fun fact, in 1964, over 3.8 billion pennies were minted in Denver. Billion, with a B. So, what makes this one so special? Why is this penny worth enough to buy you a luxury car, or, let's be real, several luxury cars? Now, the 1964 D. Lincoln penny isn't rare in the general sense, there are plenty of them out there. But the ones fetching big bucks. Those are the pennies in pristine condition. We're talking shiny, uncirculated beauties that look like they were minted yesterday. Or, brace yourself, ones with unique minting errors. A double die, a misaligned strike, or a repunched mint mark could skyrocket the value of this humble coin. Here's a fun little story. A couple of months ago, I found a penny while cleaning out my car. At first glance, it was just a regular OL coin, sticky from years of soda spills. But something about it looked off. So, I cleaned it up, not with harsh chemicals, don't worry, and took a closer look. Turns out, it wasn't the jackpot, but it got me into coin collecting. And let me tell you, this hobby is way more exciting than it sounds. Back to the 1964 D penny. Let's say you find one. How do you know if it's valuable? First, check the condition. Is it clean and crisp, or does it look like it's been through 5 decades of pocket abuse? Then, look for errors. You might need a magnifying glass or even a jeweler's loupe for this. Remember, those little quirks are what collectors drool over. And let's talk about grading. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being the holy grail of perfection. A 1964 D. Lincoln penny graded as MS 65 or higher is where the big bucks are. Anything lower? It might still be worth more than a penny, but don't expect to retire on it. Now, about that $1.2 million figure I mentioned earlier. That's for a penny in absolutely perfect condition, with some rare error making it extra special. Most 1964 D pennies aren't going to hit that mark, but hey, even $100 or $1,000 isn't bad for a coin that most people overlook. Imagine going to Starbucks and paying for your latte with a $1.2 million penny. I think you gave me the wrong change, sir. Also, I'm quitting my job. Seriously though, keep your valuable coins far, far away from cash registers. Alright, folks, let's recap. The 1964 D. Lincoln penny is proof that sometimes, the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises. Whether it's a rare error or just a penny in top-notch condition, these coins can be worth a lot more than 1 cent. So, start digging through those jars, wallets, and car seats. You never know what treasure you might find. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins that could make you rich, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, we've got tons of tips, stories, and strategies to help you turn your spare change into serious cash. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your next penny be a lucky one. EY there, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Have you ever held a penny in your hand and thought, what if this little coin could make me a millionaire? Well, buckle up because today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1968 S. Lincoln penny, a coin that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.7 million on the market. That's right, folks, a single penny worth more than most people's houses. In this video, we'll explore what makes this penny so special, how you can spot one, and why it's valued so highly. Stick around because I'll also share a personal story about how a simple penny hunt changed my perspective on coins forever. Spoiler alert, it involves a lot of excitement and a little heartbreak. Grab your magnifying glass and your pocket change, and let's get into it. Alright, so let's start with the basics. The 1968 S Lincoln penny gets its name from the small S mint mark located just below the date on the obverse side of the coin. That S stands for the San Francisco Mint, where this coin was produced. Fun fact, the San Francisco Mint is known for creating some of the most sought-after coins in history, and this little guy is no exception. But what makes this penny worth $1.7 million? Is it made of gold? Nope. Is it studded with diamonds? Not even close. The real reason is a combination of rarity, errors, and a little bit of collector obsession. First up, the rarity. While millions of 1968 S pennies were produced, very few were struck with the kind of precision and quality that collectors drool over. Coins graded as mint state by professionals are almost flawless, and that's where the big bucks come in. Next, errors. Some 1968 S pennies have unique minting errors, like doubling on the date or the mint mark. This means the numbers or letters look like they were stamped twice, creating a cool, almost 3D effect. Think of it like a factory defect, but in the coin world, defects can make you rich. Finally, there's demand. Coin collectors are a passionate bunch, and when a particular coin becomes the must-have item, prices skyrocket. It's like the sneaker market, but shinier and with way fewer raffles. Now, before you go dumping your piggy bank on the floor, let me give you a crash course on what to look for. Check for the S mint mark. If it's there, congratulations, you're in the game. Examine the condition. A penny with scratches, dirt, or signs of heavy circulation won't cut it. You're looking for a coin that's as pristine as the day it was minted. Look for errors. Doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual patterns could mean your penny is special. Here's a pro tip: invest in a decent magnifying glass or loupe. Trust me, squinting at a coin with the naked eye is a fast track to frustration and possibly a headache. I learned that the hard way. Speaking of lessons learned, let me tell you about the time I thought I hit the jackpot. A few years ago, I was sorting through some old coins I found in a dusty box in my grandma's attic. Lo and behold, I spotted a 1968 penny with an S mint mark. My heart practically leaped out of my chest. I was already mentally spending my millions, beachfront property, a new car, maybe even a yacht, but then reality hit. I had it appraised, and it turned out to be worth exactly 1 cent. Why? It was too worn out and had none of the rare features collectors look for. Moral of the story? Not all that glitters is gold, or in this case, not all that's copper is valuable. Still, that experience sparked my love for coin collecting. And who knows? Maybe one day, I'll find that $1 million penny. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1968 S Lincoln penny, a humble little coin with a not-so-humble price tag. If you're holding on to some old change, it might be time to take a closer look. Who knows? You could be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll be sharing more tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could change your life. And hey, if you've ever found a rare coin or have a crazy coin story, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your pockets always be jingling with treasures waiting to be discovered. See you in the next video. Hey there, fellow coin enthusiasts. You ever hear the term, penny for your thoughts? Well, how about a penny for your wallet? No, seriously. I bet you've got a bunch of pennies lying around that could be worth a whole lot more than you think. And today, we're gonna talk about a real gem, the 1975 D mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. You might just have one sitting around, and it could be worth a cool $1.3 million. Yup, you heard me right, million. Now, before you run to your coin jar and start tossing pennies up like confetti, hold up. Not all 1975 pennies are worth a fortune. I'm about to break it down for you so you can spot the one that's ready to make your wallet a little fatter. So, stick around, because this might just be the best penny for your thoughts you'll ever hear. Alright, let's dive in. The 1975 D mint mark penny is a little-known treasure in the world of coins, and trust me, if you've got one, it could be your ticket to a nice payday. Now, before we get all excited and start jumping into dollar amounts, let's set the stage. This is a regular penny, copper, shiny, and typically just another piece of loose change in your pocket, but for a few lucky collectors, it's a rare find. Here's the deal, the 1975 D mint mark penny in question is actually a variety that popped up due to a minting error. It's not just your average penny, it's the result of a misalignment in the die during the striking process. That means that some 1975 D pennies were minted with a unique design flaw, which, as you can imagine, made them super rare and highly sought after by collectors. Now, you're probably wondering, what's the big deal with this minting error? Why does it make my penny worth more than a trip to the vending machine? Well, my friend, it's all about rarity. This coin is difficult to find, and that makes it valuable to those of us who like to find treasure in everyday objects. I had my own eureka moment when I found out about a similar coin in my own collection. Let me tell you about it. A couple of years ago, I was digging through an old jar of pennies I inherited from my grandfather. It was one of those jars that had been sitting untouched for years. You know, the kind where you expect to find a bunch of zinc pennies from the early 2000s and maybe a few weak pennies if you're lucky. Well, after hours of sorting, I found a 1975 D penny with some distinct characteristics, not the full error, but close enough to make me do a double take that I couldn't believe it, so I took it to a coin shop and got it appraised. The guy behind the counter gave me a smile that I'll never forget. He told me it wasn't the rare one, but it was still a cool find and definitely worth more than I expected. That moment of discovery was thrilling, like finding gold in your backyard. Moral of the story? You never know what you might find while casually browsing through your loose change, but I digress. Let's get back to the 1975 D mint mark Lincoln penny. When we talk about the value of this penny, it depends heavily on the condition of the coin. If you find one that's in near mint condition, you're looking at a pretty sweet payday. In fact, some 1975 D pennies with the right error and condition have been known to sell for upwards of $1.3 million. That's not a typo. Imagine finding one of those hidden in your collection or even in your pocket change. Now, I can hear you asking, how can I tell if my 1975 D penny is worth big bucks? Great question. First, take a look at the mint mark. On a standard 1975 penny, you'll find the mint mark on the reverse side beneath the Lincoln Memorial. If it's AD, that's your clue that you could be in the money, but not all D mint mark pennies are the ones worth a fortune. The key is spotting that misaligned die error, which will make the design look a little off-center. The lines might look slightly blurry, or the image might be positioned weirdly. It's subtle, but once you know what to look for, you'll start spotting them in no time, but don't rush off to throw your pennies under a microscope just yet. If your penny isn't in mint condition or doesn't have the die error, you're looking at a more modest value, usually around a few cents or $1 at best. So it's important to know the difference. The rare ones are out there, but they're harder to find than your regular pocket change. Alright, coin lovers, here's the deal. If you've got a 1975 D Lincoln penny, don't throw it out just yet. Take a closer look at the condition, check the mint mark, and see if it's one of those special, rare errors. Who knows? You could be sitting on a potential gold mine, just like I was when I found that unexpected gem in my grandfather's jar, and if you do find one, or any other rare coins for that matter, be sure to get it appraised. There's no harm in learning about the true value of your collection, and who knows? You could be the next coin collector making headlines with a huge sale. If you liked this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And trust me, you'll want to because I've got plenty more tips coming your way. We're talking about more coins, more errors, and strategies to help you spot the hidden gems in your change. You don't want to miss out. Stay tuned, and who knows? The next big discovery could be yours. Hey there, coin collectors and curious minds. Ever heard the saying, a penny saved is a penny earned? Well, what if I told you that a penny found could be a fortune made? That's right, Today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1979 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Buckle up, because this little copper coin is worth a jaw-dropping $1.9 million on the market today. Yep, you heard me right, million with an M. Let's get started. First, let's tackle the basics. You might be wondering, what's the deal with this no-mint mark thing? Great question. A no-mint mark penny means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Back in 1979, Philadelphia coins didn't have a mint mark, so if your penny lacks one, it's totally normal. But, not all no-mint mark pennies are created equal. What sets this rare gem apart is its unique combination of rarity and pristine condition. Imagine stumbling upon one of these treasures while digging through your couch cushions. It's like finding buried treasure, but with fewer pirates involved. Let me share a little story to make this real for you. A few years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic. She handed me an old coffee can, you know, the kind that smells faintly of nostalgia and maybe mothballs. Inside was a jumble of coins she'd saved over the years. As I sifted through the nickels and dimes, I found a shiny 1979 penny with no mint mark. My heart skipped a beat. Could this be the penny? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But it got me hooked on coin collecting. And hey, that's how a hobby is born. Now, let's get back to the star of the show. Why is this 1979 penny worth $1.9 million? It's all about condition and demand. Serious collectors, also known as numismatists, there's your word of the day, are willing to pay top dollar for coins that are in mint state, meaning they're as flawless as the day they were struck. Think of it like comparing a classic car fresh off the lot to one that's been through a demolition derby. Huge difference, right? But wait, there's more. The value also depends on small, often invisible details. Coin experts examine everything from the sharpness of Lincoln's profile to the clarity of the date. It's like a beauty pageant for pennies. If your 1979 penny checks all the right boxes, you might just have a golden ticket in your pocket. Speaking of pockets, let's talk strategies for finding these elusive coins. Here are 3 tips to get you started. Check your change. Don't overlook those pennies jingling around at the bottom of your purse or car cup holder. Who knows? That forgotten coin could be worth millions. Hit up garage sales and flea markets. These are gold mines, or should I say copper mines, for hidden treasures. You might stumble upon someone's old coin collection being sold for pennies on the dollar. Invest in a magnifying glass. No joke, a good magnifier is a collector's best friend. It'll help you spot those tiny details that make all the difference. Now, let's inject a little humor. You know how people always say, money doesn't grow on trees? Well, with coin collecting, it might as well grow in your pocket. It's wild to think that something as small and seemingly insignificant as a penny could hold so much value. Kind of makes you want to double-check the change jar, doesn't it? As we wrap up, here's a compelling thought to leave you with. That little penny you've been stepping over on the sidewalk could be the key to your dream vacation, a new car, or even early retirement. All it takes is a little curiosity and some patience. So, start digging through those old jars, check under the couch cushions, and maybe even raid grandma's attic. You never know what treasures you might find. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We've got plenty more tips and tricks for uncovering hidden treasures right under your nose. Share this video with your friends. You never know who might have $1 million penny sitting in their piggy bank. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Hey there, coin enthusiasts, collectors, and the downright curious. Have you ever reached into your pocket, pulled out some change, and thought, what if one of these coins is worth a fortune? Well, my friends, you're in for a treat today because we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1985 Lincoln penny. That's right, one little copper coin from Denver could potentially change your financial future. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know what makes this penny so special, how to spot one, and why someone might just fork over $1.1 million for it. Oh, and I'll share a little story about a penny that almost made me rich, almost. Let's start with the basics. The 1985 D penny comes from the Denver Mint, hence the little D under the year. These pennies are primarily made of copper-plated zinc, but here's the kicker: there are a few ultra-rare versions of this coin that make collectors go wild. So, why is it worth so much? Well, it's all about errors and rarity. Some of these pennies were struck with misaligned dies, doubling, or even off-center strikes. There's even a rumor that a few were minted with a high-relief design, making them stand out from the millions of ordinary ones. And let's not forget about condition. A 1985 D penny in pristine, mint-state condition is as rare as finding a needle in a haystack. Most pennies have been jingling around in pockets, scraping against keys, and living their best lives in coin jars for decades. But the ones that haven't? Those are the real treasures. Here's where the fun begins. If you want to find that golden ticket, or copper ticket, in this case, there are a few things to look for: the mint mark, check for that little D below the year. If it's there, you've got a Denver Mint penny. Now you're halfway there. Condition, look for a coin that's in excellent shape. If it looks like it just rolled out of the mint yesterday, congratulations, you've got something special. Errors, break out your magnifying glass and search for doubled letters, numbers, or strange imperfections. It's like playing detective with your loose change. Professional grading, if you think you've struck gold, take your penny to a professional coin grader. They'll tell you if it's the real deal. Let's address the elephant in the room. Why would anyone pay over $1 million for a penny? It's simple: demand. Collectors and investors are willing to shell out big bucks for rare coins. Think of it like baseball cards, but shinier. A 1985 D penny that's an error coin and in top condition is like finding a Picasso at a yard sale. It's a perfect storm of rarity, history, and good old-fashioned luck. Now, let me tell you a little story. A couple of years ago, I was cleaning out my car and found a 1985 D penny wedged between the seat and the console. It was dusty, grimy, and looked like it had been through the ringer. But I thought, hey, maybe this is one of those rare pennies. I cleaned it up, pulled out my magnifying glass, and nothing. No errors. No fancy doubling. Just a regular penny. I took it to a local coin shop just in case, and the guy behind the counter looked at me like I'd asked him to appraise a button. Lesson learned: not every old penny is a jackpot, but the thrill of the hunt. Totally worth it. Alright, folks, now you know the ins and outs of the 1985 D Lincoln penny and why it's worth keeping an eye out for. Whether you're an experienced collector or just someone who's curious about what's jingling around in your pockets, there's always a chance you could stumble upon a life-changing coin. Before you go, here's a little homework: grab your loose change, start inspecting those pennies, and who knows? You might be holding on to $1 million treasure without even realizing it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more coin tips, strategies, and fascinating stories coming your way. And hey, if you find a 1985 D penny worth $1.1 million, don't forget to share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear about your success. Thanks for watching, happy hunting, and may your pennies turn into fortune. Hey there, treasure hunters. Imagine this: you're casually sifting through some spare change, maybe pulling coins from under the couch cushions or the cup holder in your car, and bam, a single penny could be worth $1.9 million. That's right, one of the smallest coins in your pocket could be your ticket to a financial windfall. Crazy, right? Well, today, we're diving into one of the most mysterious and valuable coins out there, the 1986 Abraham Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Yep, this little copper beauty is turning heads and emptying wallets in the collector world. So grab a magnifying glass, maybe a snack, and stick around because we're about to unravel the story behind this seemingly ordinary penny that's worth more than your car, or maybe even your house. Now, you might be wondering, why is a penny from 1986 so special? Great question. First, let's talk about what a mint mark is. Normally, pennies minted in the United States come with a little letter that tells you where they were made, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and sometimes P for Philadelphia. But here's the kicker, the 1986 Lincoln penny we're talking about. It has no mint mark at all. Nada. Zilch, this wasn't supposed to happen. Coins without mint marks are usually considered errors, and coin collectors love error coins. They're like little quirks in history that tell a story about how something slipped through the cracks at the US Mint. Okay, so how does a penny with no mint mark go from being worth, well, a penny to $1.9 million? Let's break it down. First, rarity is key. The fewer coins like this in circulation, the more collectors are willing to shell out big bucks to get their hands on one. Second, it's about the condition. If your 1986 no mint mark penny is pristine, we're talking fresh out of the bank shine, its value skyrockets. Grading services like PCGS or NGC will grade your coin, and the higher the grade, the higher the value. And third, there's the buzz. Coins like this create a frenzy in the collector community. When one sells for millions at an auction, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire. Everyone suddenly wants to find their own. Let me share a quick story. A few months ago, I was visiting my grandma, and she pulled out this giant jar of pennies she's been saving since the Stone Age. We spent an entire afternoon going through them, and guess what? Number 1986 no mint mark penny. But we did find a 1972 double die penny, which was still worth a few $100. Not bad for a day of reminiscing and sipping iced tea with grandma, right? The moral of the story. You never know what treasures you might find if you take the time to look. If you're ready to go hunting for this elusive coin, here's what you need to do: grab a magnifying glass or loupe, the devil is in the details. You'll need to inspect your coins closely, look for the date, check any pennies from 1986. Check for the mint mark. If it's missing, you might be onto something. Evaluate the condition. The shinier and less scratched it is, the better. Get it graded. If you think you've struck gold, send it to a professional grading service. Fun coin facts: here are a few fun tidbits to keep you entertained while you hunt. The Lincoln penny first came out in 1909, and it's the longest-running design in U.S. coin history. Pennies used to be made mostly of copper, but now they're mostly zinc with a thin copper coating. Inflation, am I right? Some pennies have errors so subtle, you'd miss them without a microscope. Talk about tiny details. Alright, folks, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1986 no mint mark Lincoln penny. It's proof that even the smallest things in life can pack a huge punch, whether it's a tiny coin worth $1.9 million or the joy of a simple penny hunt with loved ones. Before you go, here's your call to action. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins worth big bucks, strategies for coin collecting, and even some surprising history, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next. And hey, if you've got a cool coin story or questions about today's topic, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Happy hunting, and may your pocket change bring you riches. Until next time, keep your eyes on the prize and your pennies in sight. See you soon. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and accidental treasure hunters. Imagine this: you're rummaging through your old piggy bank or checking under the couch cushions for some spare change, and boom, you come across a penny that could change your life. No, I'm not talking about a lucky penny you pick up off the street. I'm talking about the 1988 no mint mark Lincoln penny that could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.80 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, something we often ignore or toss in a tip jar, might just make you a millionaire. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of this rare gem, uncovering its secrets, and even sharing a little personal story about my own penny adventure. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just want to check every single coin in your house. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 1988 no mint mark Lincoln penny is, at first glance, a typical copper-colored penny. It's got OL Honest Abe on the front, the Lincoln Memorial on the back, and not much else to scream, hey, I'm special. But here's the kicker: the lack of a mint mark is what sets it apart. Most pennies are stamped with a letter like D for Denver or S for San Francisco, showing where they were minted. However, the absence of this mark on a 1988 penny indicates a rare production error at the Philadelphia Mint. And rare errors? Oh, they make collectors go wild. Rarity. Only a handful of these pennies were ever made, which means demand far outweighs supply. Condition matters. If your 1988 penny is in pristine, uncirculated condition, that's when it hits the big bucks. Think of it as finding a Picasso that's been hiding in your attic. Collector frenzy. Coin collectors love a good story, and the mystery behind these mint errors adds a layer of allure. The fewer there are, the higher the price climbs. Oh, and just so you know, even if your penny isn't in mint condition, it can still fetch a pretty penny, pun absolutely intended. Now, let me tell you a quick, slightly embarrassing story. A few months ago, I found myself on a coin hunting mission. I'd just learned about the 1988 no mint mark penny, and like any sane person, I dumped out every jar of coins I owned. I even went full detective mode, using a magnifying glass and a flashlight, much to the amusement of my family. My spouse walked in and said, "Are we solving mysteries now, Sherlock?" But hey, you can't put a price on curiosity, or apparently, on a penny worth $1.80 million. Spoiler alert, I didn't find the Holy Grail. But I did find a 1964 penny that was shiny enough to give me hope. Moral of the story? Sometimes, the hunt is half the fun. Now, let's get practical. If you're thinking about diving into your change jar after this video, here's what to look for. Year, make sure it says 1988. Anything else, and you're out of luck. Mint mark, check for that missing D or S. If it's completely blank, you might have hit the jackpot. Condition, the shinier and less worn it looks, the better your chances that if you think you found one, don't just toss it back into circulation. Get it professionally graded by a coin expert. Trust me, it's worth the small investment. So, there you have it, the story of the 1988 no mint mark Lincoln penny, a tiny treasure hiding in plain sight. Who knew something as small as a penny could hold such massive value? Now it's your turn. Go check your change jars, your car's cup holder, or even that random pile of coins on your dresser. Who knows? You could be sitting on a fortune. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth money, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We've got plenty of exciting content coming your way, because let's face it, treasure hunting is a lot more fun when we do it together. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your coin hunting adventures. Who knows? The next millionaire might just be you. Catch you in the next one. Alright, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters, buckle up because today we're diving into one of the most fascinating coins you could have sitting in your piggy bank right now, the 1994 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yes, that humble little penny that you've probably overlooked a million times might just be your ticket to a whopping $1.7 million. That's right, folks, $1.7 million for a penny. Sounds like something out of a movie, doesn't it? But trust me, this is real, and you're going to want to stick around because I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this amazing coin, from its history to what makes it so valuable and how to spot one in your collection. Oh, and just to keep things interesting, I'll throw in a personal story about the time I almost threw away a rare coin because I didn't know its value. Let's just say it's a tale of heartbreak, redemption, and a lot of learning. Ready? Let's get into it. What makes the 1994 no mint mark penny special? First things first, let's talk about what sets this penny apart from all the other Lincoln pennies out there. A no mint mark penny means it was minted in Philadelphia. Now, you might be thinking, so what? Isn't that normal? And you're partially right. The Philadelphia Mint didn't put mint marks on pennies for a long time. But here's the twist. The 1994 no mint mark penny's value comes down to its rarity and unique errors found on some of these coins. These rare pennies might feature die breaks, double dies, or other minting errors that make collectors go wild. Imagine a small crack in the metal or a barely noticeable doubling of Lincoln's profile. To a collector, that's not a defect, it's a goldmine. And here's the kicker, these errors often go unnoticed by the average person. You could literally have one sitting in your couch cushions right now and not even know it. Why $1.70 million? Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the $1.7 million price tag. Why on earth would anyone pay that much for a penny? Well, it all comes down to supply and demand. Coin collectors love rare, error-filled coins because they're unique pieces of history. And when there's only a handful of something in the world, people are willing to pay top dollar to get their hands on it. Think of it like a limited edition sneaker drop, except this sneaker is over 30 years old and fits perfectly in your coin album. How to spot one in your collection. Now for the fun part. How do you know if you've got a 1994 no mint mark penny worth $1.7 million? Here's what to look for: mint year, check the date. If it says 1994, you're off to a good start. No mint mark, flip it over. If there's no small letter under the date, that means it's from Philadelphia. Errors, this is where it gets tricky. You might need a magnifying glass or even a microscope to spot things like doubled letters, cracks in the metal, or other imperfections. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins in mint state, or MS, condition are what collectors dream about. Pro tip: if you're not sure about your penny, take it to a professional coin grader. They'll tell you if it's the real deal. Just don't forget to breathe when they hand you the results. My story of almost losing a fortune. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my car, and I found a bunch of pennies under the seat. One of them looked different. It had this weird crack running through it, and I thought, oh, this penny is broken. Better toss it. But then, something stopped me. Maybe it was my inner coin nerd, or maybe I just didn't want to get up and throw it away. Either way, I kept it. Fast forward a few months, and I was watching a coin collecting video. They mentioned a penny with a crack just like mine being worth thousands of dollars. I scrambled to find that penny, but it was gone. To this day, I have no idea what happened to it. Moral of the story: never underestimate the power of a single penny. Alright, friends, that's everything you need to know about the 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny and why it could be worth a life-changing $1.7 million. Who knew that something so small could hold such immense value? Remember, the next time you're counting out change or cleaning out your couch, take a second to really look at those pennies. You might just find a hidden treasure. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I've got tons more tips and strategies for spotting coins worth big bucks, so you don't want to miss out. And hey, if you've got a story about finding a valuable coin, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Hey there, treasure hunters. Did you know you might have a $1.9 million jackpot hiding in your pocket, couch cushions, or that jar of pennies collecting dust? That's right. I'm talking about the 2009 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Now, don't go diving into your change just yet. Stick around, because in the next 40 minutes, we're going to break down everything you need to know about this rare penny, why it's so valuable, and how you can tell if you've struck gold, or in this case, copper. Oh, and I'll share a little story about how I once thought I'd hit the coin jackpot, only to end up with 35 cents and a bruised ego. Let's get started. First off, why is the 2009 penny so special? Well, this wasn't just any ordinary year for pennies. It marked the 200th birthday of Abraham Lincoln and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent. To celebrate, the U.S. Mint released 4 unique designs on the back of the penny, each telling a chapter of Honest Abe's life. But here's where it gets juicy. While most of these pennies were minted with a mark, P for Philadelphia or D for Denver, a select few slipped through without a mint mark. And that's what collectors are drooling over today. Alright, let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say, the penny in your piggy bank. Why would a tiny copper coin be worth $1.9 million? It all boils down to rarity, demand, and condition. Rarity: only a limited number of these no mint mark pennies exist. Think of them like the VIPs of the coin world. Demand: collectors love a good story, and the 2009 penny comes with history, nostalgia, and a sprinkle of mystery. if your penny looks like it just rolled off the minting press, it could be worth a fortune. The grading scale used by professionals, from 1 to 70, determines its value. How to identify the 2009 no mint mark penny? Let's get practical. If you're itching to sift through your change, here's what to look for. No mint mark, check under the date. If there's no tiny letter, you've got a contender. Design, make sure it's one of the 4 2009 designs. Regular Lincoln pennies from other years don't count. Condition, the shinier, the better. Use a magnifying glass or loupe to check for scratches or wear. A relatable coin hunt gone wrong. Now, let me tell you about the time I thought I'd struck gold with a penny. A few years ago, I found this super shiny 2009 penny in my change after grabbing a coffee. My heart started racing. Could it be the no mint mark rarity? I raced home, Googled every coin site known to man, and it was a regular Philadelphia penny worth exactly 1 cent. Yep, I spent an hour researching and dreaming of riches, only to end up eating ramen that week. Lesson learned, double-check the mint marks before celebrating. If you're lucky enough to find a 2009 no mint mark Lincoln penny, here's how to cash in. Get it graded. Professional grading is a must to verify authenticity and condition. Auction it. Rare coins like this often fetch the highest prices at auctions. Consult experts. Don't go it alone. Reach out to coin dealers or numismatic forums for guidance. So, there you have it, the story of the 2009 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny and why it's worth a jaw-dropping $1.9 million. Who knew a little piece of copper could be the ultimate treasure? Now it's your turn to become a coin detective. Check your pockets, raid your piggy banks, and maybe even ask Grandma if she has any spare change lying around. You never know, you could be sitting on a fortune. Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I'll be sharing more tips and stories about coins worth serious money, plus strategies to help you spot them. Don't miss out, your next big discovery could be one click away.